Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're talking about the fact that Subaru just announced to all of us that there will be no 2022 or 2023 STI. In fact, there will be no WRX STI coming in the near future, and it is a possibility that Subaru will actually discontinue the STI platform. It's a small possibility, but in the meantime, or at least for the foreseeable couple years, we're probably not going to see an STI or WRX STI or whatever you want to call it, because Subaru will probably finally just market it as the STI. That is my guess. They've been pretty clear that they are not going to make something that follows the WRX platform anymore. I know this video is going to be a little bit different because we are in the studio today and I wanted to make a video for you guys. And there's a storm out, so I can't be in front of the WRX right now, so we are going to go ahead and keep on talking. So huge news. It is very disappointing news, especially for myself, who is about to sell their WRX and they are looking for an STI. Of course, existing generation STI market values have just gone absolutely through the roof. But alas, life goes on, and let me talk to you about exactly what Subaru said and what are some of the meanings and things that we can take away from their statement, because their statement was short, sweet, and brief, but it did tell us a lot of information about why they chose not to pursue the next platform, basically saying that they weren't ready and asking for more time is generally my take and what we can expect. Now, I'm gonna have specific videos that addresses certain aspects of what they said in their release, talking about electrification. It's no longer gonna be paired up with the WRX platform. So if you enjoy this video, you wanna hear what's going on with Subaru and what could happen with the STI and what the opinion is of a mechanical engineer in the automotive industry, somebody that's been in the Subaru platform and community, and someone that's studied a lot of the history of Subaru, because that's what I do on this channel, definitely check out the videos to come. They will be coming out shortly. I will be making this content soon, so stay tuned for those. But look, let's talk about what we're supposed to talk about in this video. There will be no 2022, well, we knew that. There will be no 2023 STI, and I can probably say for sure there won't be a 2024 STI either. And I know that's a crappy statement because 2 years, 3 years from now, we're all gonna forget the STI as a thing. Well, we're not gonna do that, but other cars are gonna start to wow us and we're gonna get less excited about the STI. Some of us might get more excited, but for the most part, people are going to lose that enthusiasm because 3 years is a long time. And basically what Subaru said in saying that they are not producing that is that they are probably willing to take that hit and develop something that is going to change the market. So let's talk about everything, and let me talk about some specifics. I do have my computer here because I wanted to touch on exactly some of the things. The quotes are, Subaru Corporation is exploring opportunities for the next generation Subaru WRX STI, including electrification. Interesting. In the meantime, a next generation internal combustion engine WRX STI will not be produced based upon the new WRX platform. Whoa, let's take a step back here and talk about what they just said. So what they did just say is that they are thinking about pursuing electrification, meaning an electric car. Now they said the Subaru WRX STI for electrification. They then followed and said that the next generation internal combustion engine WRX STI will not be produced based upon the new WRX platform. So what does this really mean? Subaru is probably going to deliver another internal combustion engine for the WRX STI or just the STI platform that is going to be greatly different than the WRX. But in the long term, they're probably looking at producing a all-electric WRX and STI platform similar to the pairing we have now to make it more of a tied-in vehicle. But Subaru has so little electric experience right now. That is something that is in the future. My personal guess is we're looking at 2028, 2029 before we see that platform come out and we start seeing these rally cars and sports cars really hit the market in the electric platform. I really think Tesla has such a hold right now and the technology just isn't as explored as many people think. Well, it is, but it is in the realm of Tesla right now that we just aren't going to see affordable vehicles that are performance-based just yet. But I'm going to have a full video on my whole opinion around electric and the WRX and STI platform, so I won't talk too much about that. The other thing Subaru talked about, and I'm going to go to the computer screen again here, is Subaru cited efforts to meet regulations and requirements for greenhouse gases, GHG, zero emissions vehicles, ZEV, and corporate average fuel economy, CAFE, as reasons behind the change. So What does that really mean? There is pressure from the US government, the EPA. Basically, there are rules that fleets have to meet. So Subaru can produce a car, let's say, that makes 1 miles to the gallon, and I'm using miles to the gallon as a tangible metric of comparison, but it looks at a lot of different things, not just the fuel consumption. But let's just say, you know, actually Ford is a great example. The Ford F-150 makes horrific gas mileage. But Ford has then produced so many hybrid vehicles that their average fleet fuel economy, that's actually not a good example because the trucks aren't part of the sedan fleet, but you kind of see what I'm saying? The average fuel economy or carbon emissions or environmental impact of their entire fleet is then averaged out to a certain value that they have to maintain to be in good standing with the US government. What is interesting is those standards have been going up over the years, and it has been always a mystery how the EJ platform has survived, and just generally Subaru's vehicles do not deliver great gas mileage because they have an all-wheel drive system. Typically their cars are very heavy, and they just haven't delivered a lot of hybrids. So it's always been something I've been confused about. I've always been like, how does Subaru get away with it? Well, we're seeing it now. They can't produce likely their 400 wheel horsepower STI without suffering on fuel economy and making some kind of environmental impact. So we're starting to see some of those things, and likely we're not going to see another STI or internal combustion STI until they've been able to correct the rest of the fleet. But there is hope because the Solterra is coming out. The Subaru is definitely working on fuel economy. If you trace some of the new generations of cars and the new engines, they're definitely trending in the upwards. It should be exciting to see what does happen, but I assume they had some limiting factors, and that is why we didn't see the STI come out. And it's also an interesting statement to why the WRX may not have made more power on an engine that is absolutely capable of making more power. They were definitely probably trying to hit target fuel economy or target environmental impact rates to keep their median or average fleet fuel economy or impact or whatever quantification you want to use to talk about that keep their fleet median to whatever the US government asks for. I wanted this to be a quick video. I've talked a little bit more than I wanted to. I'm gonna have some other videos coming out later this week that talk about a lot of the things that I talked about just now in more depth so you guys can understand exactly what I mean, what I'm talking about, how it impacts Subaru, how it impacts car manufacturers, why these decisions are being made. I'm going to talk about all that stuff, and I'm going to give you some of my predictions about, you know, whether we're going to see an electric STI before we see a gas STI, when we're going to see those things, how much they might cost, all those things. I'll talk about those in a little bit more depth in other videos. Otherwise, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please check out the sponsor for the video, which is you guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It's free to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. I don't have sponsors for my channel right now. Not that I don't want to, but you know, I only want to work with companies that, and I don't even want to know why I'm talking about this right now, but I only want to work with companies that I truly use, and so I don't do a lot of sponsorships. But I love you guys, so you should sponsor the video by liking it. So I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Look out for the videos to come later this week. Thanks, guys. Bye.